You can be an absolute idiot and somehow still pull it off in this life where you are wildly successful. In other cases, you could be the guy with the highest IQ and still nothing. Why is this the case? After building a multiple six-figure marketing agency and being surrounded by very successful people when I go to different events, different masterminds, and I invest in other courses and programs, these people that are wildly successful, I mean years above me with way more experience, and they have it all. What is the one thing that separates them from the rest? And it's specifically how they operate. But there's one character trait, or I should say, one lack of emotion that these guys don't have. They've completely abandoned this one emotion, or maybe it's just not as prevalent as you may seem in your day-to-day life. It's always there. It doesn't matter if you're at 10K per month, 30, 50, 100K per month, it doesn't matter. It's still there. There's success in different areas of their life, and it seems like every area of their life is just wildly, it's all working for them. Why is it? And the one trait that you absolutely need to discard to the best of your ability is being fearful. And this is where you see the stupidest of the idiots just be wildly successful, because they don't operate with fear. They don't operate with fear of loss. In fact, it's quite inverted. They are so fearless that they actually have induced an abundance mindset from where they actually operate at a frequency that is just abundant. They seem just to receive more in their life. That's why you look at people, you're like, this guy's an idiot. Why is he like, I'm way smarter than this guy. How come I can't figure it out? Or how come I'm not at that level yet? I can guarantee you, he or she, whoever you're looking at, is operating from a level that lacks fear. It doesn't matter what level they're at or what they're striving for. Somebody who operates from a place where they don't have the fear of losing and they have nothing to lose is way harder to compete against than somebody who worries about, what if this happens, what if that happens, oh, I can't delegate this in my business, or nobody can do a job as good as me, or if I post a video, what are people going to say, how is this going to look, blah blah blah. Like, they don't have that. None of that exists. They just simply do the thing that they want to do to the best of their ability. Again, they don't need to be the smartest in the thing that they're even doing. They just do it better than anybody else because they don't operate from a low frequency of fear. That is it. I'll take one guy, for example, that maybe some young guys know, is Steve Will Do It. From the outside eye, the smartest person in the room, or the smart guys that are gonna be like, oh, I would never, like, this guy's an idiot. Like, he's so stupid, like the stuff that he does and all this stuff. I mean, he's built himself a very successful brand and has made a ton of money. I mean, there was even a tweet that came out that was circulating where he said he has all these different things, he's got all these cars, all these possessions. He did say that he felt a little unfulfilled. That's a video for another day, but he has all these things. And it's because if you look at his content, I mean, again, it's not the smartest stuff, like he's drinking whole bottles of vodka and stuff like that. Like, clearly doesn't fear death, but you know what I mean? Like, there's an operating sequence going on where there's just a lack of fear. What is there to be scared of? And again, because of that lack, it flips it on its head. And it's like, now there's an abundance because there's no fear. Why would you fear if you have an abundant mindset, if you have abundance everywhere you look? If you know that if I invest this money into myself, I'm going to get a return. If I spend time doing X, Y, Z and making content, why would I fear what somebody says? Because I'm doing what I want to do, or I'm doing the thing that I know is going to get me the return that I want to see, or the outcome that I want to achieve. Why would you care at the end of the day? And a lot of people want to just be hung up on all these tactical things and understanding, like, oh, what's the best system to use? What's the best, if you're an ads guy, what's the best ad system to use? Best Facebook marketing? This, shut up. What's the best AI component to plug into? Who cares? It doesn't matter. You can give the smartest dude that is filled with fear and anxiety all the systems, everything. Give them all of it, and still nothing great might come out of that because they don't know how to operate without a sense of fear. They don't know how to operate without a sense of fear. And again, it's not going to be wiped out in just one day. It's not going to be like all of a sudden, boom, it's wiped clean. It doesn't work like that. I don't think it works like that personally. I think that it just takes time. And the more that you continue just to shove it out of your life and realize that one day you're not going to be here anymore. So why are you fearing things to begin with? Because Like, what are you actually scared of? I'm personally scared of dying without not hitting my full potential, which means inversely, I need to now do the things that I need to do and not care what other people think or say, or if this goes wrong and I fail in this business or I lose a bunch of money here, it's not like I can't make it back. But if you're operating from that scarcity mindset and then you have that fear of something you need to hold on to, whether it be money, whether it be a relationship, whether it be whatever, you're ultimately going to lose that thing and then be in a worse position because now you still think and operate from a sense of fear. These guys don't. Again, they're dumb. There's a lot of dumb dudes out there that are just killing it. It's like, well, you're an idiot. I'm not going to sit here and say, like, I've had success. I've built multiple 6-figure agency, and you know, there's guys out there with multiple 7, 8 figures, which is great. But even then, am I the smartest guy? No, I'm not an idiot. I'll tell you that. I ain't no idiot. I'll tell you that. I will say that there's been times for me personally where I know I'm too smart for my own good, and that's not me pumping my tires. Genuinely, when I was in school, like, I didn't get the best grades because I didn't really try. But when I got to college and I actually paid for my first 2 years, I only did 2 years, and because there was money on the line, I'm like, oh, well, now I gotta try. All of a sudden, 4.0 or whatever it is GPA, like, crushed it, because I actually dialed in. I took time to really focus, and of course, I'm like, I don't care what anybody says about this. Like, I paid for all this stuff. Like, now I gotta deliver. So the fear was gone. I'm just gonna sit here and work my hardest at it. Now, mind you, I ended up dropping out anyway, so it doesn't matter. But even being the smartest, I've then gone into entrepreneurship and had the analysis paralysis of being like, oh, but what about this, what about this? And ultimately, if you're too smart for your own good, what you come across is having too many options, because you know ultimately what you choose, you could be very, very good in and very effective in. Now, you have the illusion that you have all this choice, but the worst choice you can make is not choosing anything at all and stalling that decision. I've definitely made that mistake and wasted time doing that over this, like, oh, what's the smartest decision? Like, I gotta make the most high IQ play here. And what I'm really doing here is I'm scared of failing at something. That was it. That was the thing, right? That was stopping me. Is like, oh, I didn't want to fail at the thing, so I'm trying to pick the right thing to go into. I'm trying to pick the right business model or the best clientele, the best niche, this, and that. When at the end of the day, if I just threw more darts at the dartboard, I just tried more, ultimately what I'm doing is I'm failing faster to the thing that's going to get me what I want anyways. And I don't need to care about fear and worrying about the failure part of it, because it doesn't exist anyways. If you're operating from a point of abundance, you ultimately get more opportunities to then fire the dartboard, eventually hit the bullseye, and you win. That's how this game goes. So less fear, more abundance. You don't have to be the smartest person. If you are, good. Use it to your advantage, right? If you're an idiot, that's fine too. You can be stupid and still figure it out. I can't relate with the stupid ones, I'll tell you that. But I will tell you that I cannot relate. I can't relate. No, but to be real, I've said some stupid stuff and done stupid stuff in the past when I was a kid. But you're a kid, you're learning. Even when I'm in my early 20s, like, just dumb stuff you gotta learn from. But again, operating outside of fear, it's completely different. Then you learn that even if you do say something stupid or you do something stupid, you gotta leave it behind. Forgive yourself and operate out of a place where fear does not exist. And ultimately, you'll eventually get to what you want in a faster amount of time, and next thing you know, you're winning.